Big developments this morning. David Ornstein of Athletic is reporting that Isak has no intention of reintegrating back at St James's Park and believes his career there to be over regardless. 03717 22 3344. Let's head straight to the phone lines again. Phil is a Newcastle fan. Phil, good morning.
Morning, Phil.
Thanks for calling. What do you think of this news, mate?
Morning, gents. How you doing?
We're doing great, thank
Right,
you.
mate.
So I think the Isak situation, to be fair, I think some of it is on the club. I actually think that, yes, don't get me wrong, his conduct in terms of the way he's went about it hasn't been right. But, Howie, Gabby, you've probably been in this situation. He's trying to force a move because Newcastle want 150 million. He's probably heard from Liverpool that, well, we're not paying that. So it's almost like his hand's been forced. He's got to force something.
Yeah, but I hear what you're saying, but look at from Newcastle's point of view. They've tried everything to get Shesko in. Didn't happen. If they can't go out and get a top striker, you can't just let him go for whatever Liverpool want to pay. And then you're stuck with who? You've let Callum Wilson go. Wissa is not guaranteed to come through, and he would be your second choice striker. You're going into the big boy competition this year, the Champions League.
Listen, I completely get it. I just think that Newcastle are holding out for 150 million. Liverpool aren't going to pay that.
No.
And Isak stuck in the middle. He's stuck in practically the reserves now, at best. And he's like, well, what else am I going to do? So, to be fair, I feel for him because he's in a situation. Don't get me wrong, and I just want to reiterate, his conduct has been disgusting. The whole situation could have been handled better. But all I'm saying is that Newcastle just need to cash in. If they get 125 for Isak, they're winning. It's just whether they can reinvest it.
I don't think there's anything to do with that. Phil, thanks for the call.
Thank you, Phil.
Moving on to what we've got. Niall. Is it Niall or Neil, Newcastle fan? Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, it's Niall.
Niall, thanks for giving us a call, mate. What do you think?
I think it's a totally disgusting situation that we're in. Isak, he has no love for me and a few of the fans who I'm friendly with, and he has made our club to be a laughingstock. This transfer window, we were supposed to sign 4 to 5 top players who we assumed before the summer, and after we won the Carabao Cup and we got into the Champions League, he has now made our club and a shocking state of affairs. All this summer has been about Isak, and Liverpool. Why not just sell him to Saudi Arabia, get the money and get rid? Of course, I'd love him to be what he was, a prolific goal scorer, but he has made me feel that he hates our club.
I think Niall as well for the rest of the squad of players and Eddie Howe. You got a big game on Saturday, Villa away. Then after that, you actually play Liverpool at home on a Monday night. These are big games in a season where you want to try and get into the top 4 again, and everyone's going to be thinking, "Oh, Isak," when you should be concentrating on the rest of the squad.
Exactly, because at the end of the day, we are starting off to be on our route to becoming a bigger club than what we were in previous years.
Yep.
Right? And there may be fans out there of other clubs laughing now, maybe thinking, "Oh, we're not the Manchester Uniteds or the Chelseas of the 2004 onwards after Jose Mourinho." But at the end of the day, we're a club who, yes, have been bought over by the richest owners, football wise, but we're still starting off. We are a big club, but I know people may laugh at that, but we are one of the best supported fans in England.
Definitely.
And I do not understand why Isak is doing this, because if he does this to another club,
yeah, he'll do it to any club.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. Now, thanks for the call, mate. I think you made a good point. I for one don't think club's a laughing stock at all. I just think the lad's let himself down a wee bit the way he's gone about it. Liam, Newcastle fan. Good morning, Liam.
I'm probably one of the minority of fans who actually think that the board should be very calm in this situation. I think this is a last desperate attempt now for Isak and his agent and Liverpool to try and force that move, potentially for under his valuation. And I think they should be very calm, because they can't set a precedent that a top 6 club can come in and unsettle a player with 3 years on his contract with Newcastle and he'll go. And I do believe that it is a bit of a play from an agent and Isak point of view, because in a World Cup year, he's not going to sit in the reserves. He's not going to want to do that. So he will have to reintegrate. And Anthony Gordon a couple of weeks ago said that he fully understood the situation that Isak was in, because Gordon was in that situation last year. So I do believe, despite the Newcastle players being unhappy, they will reintegrate with him in the right time. And if I was the Newcastle board myself, I would just go to Real Madrid, PSG, and say, okay, for 110 million, you can have him. But I think it would be so costly to Newcastle to let him go to another English club, i.e. Liverpool. And I think that would then set a dangerous precedent. So I think there just should be some calmness, understanding that this is a last desperate push, and actually just say, okay, we'll either call your bluff, or we will send you to a club outside of England that potentially gives you Champions League and
Liam,
potential to win Champions League.
I agree with you, but I'm just thinking here ahead. In 13 days, Newcastle, 8 p.m. kickoff, Monday night versus Liverpool. If he is playing for Liverpool in that game, Ali, I want a ticket, because that'll be some atmosphere.
But yeah, absolutely. And Liam, absolutely spot on. You need to be controlled and measured.
Of course.
But also what you need to think about as well, Liam, have you got the time to bring a replacement in?
Exactly.
I'm feeling we're Eddie Howe here, right? And I know somebody's saying he's had all summer to do this, that and the next thing.
Tried.
But can you let Isak go now? Circumstances will dictate. I think now it's an absolute certainty to happen. But what about replacement, Liam?
Well, I think they just have to either take that hit and just go with like Gordon up front, which is of course going to be detriment to our team.
He's
I
injured.
understand, but I think that is a better scenario than letting Isak then score goals for Liverpool and still not have that striker. And I think we're going to play without a new striker against Aston Villa. So we're potentially just going to have to plan for the January transfer window, unless Samu or Jackson, which I don't think are at the same standard as Isak. So we're going to have to deal with not being strong enough in the striker department anyway. That's just a fact now, up until at least January.
So frustrating, though. Frustrating, though. Like you win the trophy, and then you qualify for the Champions League. It should be a fun summer where players want to come to you. You're building again. Can we push forward? And you spent all summer Isak.
It's not like I enjoyed it, I know.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.